All right. Welcome to the Marked for Life Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jeff Bailey.
And I'm Jerry Jones.
Man, here we go. Rampage coming out of the gate, rocking and rolling. 4 matches, a rock and roll hour of wrestling. Thoughts on the whole show?
Thoughts on
What'd
the
you
whole
think?
show is like if this felt like what Rampage is supposed to be.
Yes.
It was a power hour,
This
man.
is what I want WWE fans to see. Like
Yeah.
the hardcore WWE fan that doesn't think that AEW is like even a thing or whatever. That's the hour of wrestling I want them to watch and see what they're missing.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because
Yeah.
apparently
Oh,
next
you
week.
TK throwing down on the Twitter?
Yeah,
Oh man, that's some of the
I mean,
funniest things I've seen in a long time.
the thing that it does
Straight
is that
fire, Chief.
so we all know that here's what WWE fan cannot say again. What they can never say again is that Vince doesn't see AEW as competition.
Oh yeah, he sees it as competition.
He sees
Big
it.
time.
Or the other thing is, Jeff, maybe he doesn't, but it also doesn't matter. This is Fox saying, we
It
see what's
matters.
going on over there. Fox, I mean, if we want to get meta here, there's Fox Entertainment, and then there's Time Warner, right?
Right.
Time Warner obviously owns TNT, TBS, and Fox. Yeah,
It's now a mega
yeah,
conglomerate.
mega conglomerate. And Fox is like, we did not invest all of this money into WWE to be losing the market share. And make no doubt about it, WWE stand, they're losing market share
Yeah,
to
to
AEW.
something to something that of course he's like doesn't even want to admit exists,
Mm-hmm.
that is only 2 years old
Mm-hmm.
and is you're talking about WWE as a prestige product. It's 50
Yeah.
years of wrestling domination is what they're paying for, paying their top dollar for, for their ad shares and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. And they're Roman Reigns. They're
Yeah.
30 minutes of Roman because Roman's the god of wrestling right now. And his 30-minute walkout with his giant white-eyed demon, whatever that thing is. God, it just bothers the fuck out of me. Anyways, pardon my French. But you know, that's no, I mean, I just love the TK throwdown on Twitter was just so great.
It's great, and I will say this: I'm excited to see. I'm going to give the credit to Fox here because Fox Fox is running the show now. In case in case anybody
Kind
was
of.
wondering what's that, they're running SmackDown now. They're calling the shots now, and
It's the,
that and that
it's
could be
premier
fun.
product.
It could be
It's
fun. It
their
also could be dangerous because they don't know wrestling. I I think this is going to be exciting because it's either going to go very well for them or it's not going to go very well. They have to knock. They have to do to AEW what Tyson Fury did to did Wilder last night, and they have to kick AEW's butt. And if they don't kick AEW's butt, it's gonna be a loss. And I don't want to hear like, oh, but we're on FS. It was on FS1. I'm like, think about it for a second. You guys are on the main Fox channel. You get promoted, cross promoted on every single thing that comes
every
across Fox's
cross
desk.
promoted, multimedia, multi-platformed.
Yeah,
Uh,
what AEW has? AEW has the commercials that are on TBS and TNT, and then they've got their fan base on social media.
I'm trying to think. I feel like they ran an ad on. They've run ads on WWE channel on Fox. I think, if I'm not
Uh,
mistaken.
AEW.
I think they have.
Oh, good for them.
I mean, I think they've run just straight branded
Yeah.
AEW commercials.
So,
Maybe
but
I'm not sure. I
but
could.
if
I could be.
but
I
if
could be
we
totally
can
mistaken.
if Tony can continue to put out rampages like we got on Friday night, and if
It's
especially
huge.
if he could put one out like that this coming Friday,
Yep.
then we're going to have real wrestling wars. And I will say this, I give WWE a hard time just because they're big wrestling, in AEW to me is kind of the underground, kind of on the come up. But I think it's okay to be fans of both. I think that having competition is good. I'm excited to see.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I want to see Impact and GCW. I want to see those companies,
Don't get me
on the come
wrong.
up.
Don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns is amazing.
Oh, he's a
I
dude.
mean, he is amazing. Do I like the shtick that they're doing with him or anything like that? No.
No.
I mean, no, I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's awesome. I don't love. I don't know. They're trying to reference someone is that talking in a conversation, and that sometimes just good wrestlers beat other good wrestlers.
Yeah,
That doesn't happen in WWE often enough, though.
well, or
Does that make sense? They build people up to such ridiculous levels that they can't lose with any grace.
right.
And the only way that they lose, they will lose. I mean, if Roman loses to anybody now, I mean, they've got to be God killer or just absolutely cheating their asses off to beat him.
Yeah, it's going to be either Brock Lesnar, or like you said, it won't be a clean win.
Well, and they've done this too much. They did it with Triple H. They did it with John Cena. They do it with these guys, and it's like, it makes when they lose it makes their losing look weird and awkward.
Yeah.
They don't like, it doesn't look, they just can't take a 3 count and be okay with it. Just like, oh, you know what? Better man today.
Well, that's the thing.
They don't do that enough.
Once you're
and they do it in 80, and they do it in AEW in a pretty awesome way, I think.
Well, once you're made,
you got that in the first match of Rampage.
Yeah.
With Punk beating Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your made guys are sometimes going to lose. Well, not in the WWE, but yeah, I think you're right. Like, God. Yeah, but man, CM Punk and Dave Garcia, wow.
Great match. I mean, well paced right off the bat. Just they both look like they want to win the match the whole time, and they're in it to win it. 2.0 gets in, does their thing. I love start kicking off with a Mark Henry interview.
Yeah.
Dug the Mark Henry interview to start. Pretty great. I mean, and Daniel Garcia, I mean, I love him getting some words in on TV, and then they had a great match.
Yeah.
And then how about the Punk pile driver?
Oh, I'm trying to remember the last time I saw a pile driver. Like that. I mean, and that was just like, wow.
I think he did one of the last ones.
Yeah.
In WWE.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
It was beautiful to see. It was well executed.
Circa 2007 or 6, I believe.
I mean,
but then
it was beautiful.
Then locking in the Anaconda Vice and not letting him out of it either.
No.
For quite a while. Just making sure, kid, that you lost.
Right.
And I dig that. I liked him putting it on him, he was already beat anyway. The pile driver was enough. But I kind of want to watch him I love it when he puts the vice on out of nowhere. And it's kind of tangled in with some chain wrestling, and then all of a sudden it's just on, and it's over. I do like that.
Yeah.
But then what do you think of the Lucha Brothers Acclaim match?
Wow. I thought it was a great match, man.
Yes.
The Acclaimed, the Acclaimed,
good things for everybody.
The Acclaimed, they showed themselves to be pretty good. I didn't have as high of they exceeded my expectations.
Yes.
In their ring performance. It was a fun match to watch, man.
It was good. Wasn't too long. It did good things. It made people look good, progressed good progression of stories. I mean, Acclaim had been hot.
Yeah.
Won 4 or 5 matches in a row on Dark and whatnot.
Yeah.
Of course. But what the old rankings are for on AEW. Padding the rankings, because they can do that. And but it did a lot of good stuff. And Penta and Ray just looked awesome. And I can't wait for that match with Andrade.
Yeah.
And the masked guest competitor, whoever it is.
Yeah, who do you any ideas on?
Part of me prays it for it to be Orange Cassidy in a mask.
Oh.
That would be
awesome.
out of nowhere. Awesome, but I don't think so. Who do you think would be a good candidate for an Andrade?
Oh man, I don't know. Is there a lucha wrestler that is out there that is rumored to be signing with AEW or might be coming?
No, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
But I think the whole emphasizing that he's going to be masked is totally Blue Blazer or something. I mean, that's the thought process to me. It's going to be somebody on the roster already gimmicked up.
Any chance at all it could be Chavo?
No,
it's because Chavo,
the Chavo and Mop have probably set sail. I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. That'll be a fun match. I mean, okay. So if I were to ask you who's the top tag team in the world right now, who are you going with? You going with Young Bucks? You going with Lucha Brothers? The Usos? Who's your top tag team right now?
I would have to say Lucha Brothers. Just riding high. They are just awesome, and you just get to see them do special things in the ring, and I like it.
Yeah.
But the Young Bucks are, just as good and talented and special. I mean, they're amazing as well. I mean, it's really kind of a coin flip, to be honest. But I mean, the Usos, I just don't think that they're in the AEW scene. I just don't even know if the Usos would be top 5.
Oh, wow. How about New Day? Where would New Day rank? Man.
Oh, New Day would be in there.
Yeah.
That's just too fun. That's different.
Yeah. Apparently the draft broke up New Day.
It did.
Yeah.
Of course. Wow. It's a good thing. When you got a good thing going, you're Vince McMahon. What do? I break it. Vince breaks things.
Telling you this
Rod breaker.
I'm telling you, I think Fox had much more to do with the draft than they probably had in previous years.
I think they got them some Charlotte. They reasserted that Roman ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
For another year. They got the top champs.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think there's some good stuff. I see good things. Seth Rollins is so awesome. I think get him on a different show with some different people. He turns up the heat. He turns up the caliber of wrestling, with multiple different people. We can get him into different programs with.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy who want to go to AEW so bad, but clearly he's gonna be a WWE lifer, I think.
Oh yeah, they'd be smart.
Clearly,
to give him what he wants.
You don't get to accept the pedigree from Triple H and kind of admit that you're a WWE lifer.
Yeah.
But he does. I think he does bring the wrestling caliber of Raw higher. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a good move for them. Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think about the moves on the women's side? I don't know if that's. Are they going to get more better women's matches on television?
I mean, apparently
these draft moves that they made.
Well, apparently on Friday, we're getting, that's the extra half hour, right? It's Becky and Sasha. Is that
I guess. I
the
think
match we're
so.
getting on Friday?
I kind of think that if you want to have any rating, the chance of beating Rampage in the ratings, it's got to have Roman be that half hour. I think if you want to win the ratings there, you put Roman on TV, have Roman in a match.
I mean, but the thing that I keep seeing getting pushed out there is the Becky and Sasha. I mean, I think that's the big match of Friday for them, which is a
great match.
Yeah,
and they've had spectacular matches in the past. I hope both of them are. I mean, I still think. But judging by what I feel like I've seen from Becky matches back, I feel like she's wrestling protected and not. She's not. I don't think she's 100%.
Well, yes, and I believe that Becky coming back when she did, Brock coming when he did, Goldberg coming back when he did, was a response to what we're seeing in AEW. I think that Becky was rushed back sooner. Yeah. So I'm hoping that she's healing as she's having to perform, but they're just gonna work her. I mean, they're gonna work the crap out of her, man.
Probably.
Whereas Charlotte, coming over to SmackDown, she can handle. I'm not saying that Becky can't when she's fully healthy, because she can, but Charlotte, you will never be able to grind Charlotte down to the point where she's not going to go. Like,
no,
I think it's just
every week.
Oh yeah.
She wants to be on TV every week. She wants to be wrestling every week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is pretty good. I mean, her worker level is very, very high.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's wrestling.
Now, can she talk to Andrade about wrestling?
And I don't know if that's the booking rate of AEW and Tony. I mean, what do you think that's about? I mean, just out of pure curiosity. Setting up these. I mean, I guess they kind of just put the whole Pac him thing on the shelf, right?
I guess so. And I'm like, wait, what? But again, they talk about taking care of, the wrestlers and, really trying to establish a work-life balance, and really the guys in the back and the gals in the back. I mean, they it sounds to me that they have a lot of input into what their workload looks like, clearly into the story arc.
Oh yeah,
of their characters. So, and I don't know if he may have been injured. I don't know.
That's one thing that's so much more interesting, makes WWE or AEW so much more interesting, is that they are their characters.
Yeah.
They are them. There's no, I mean, they're not, it's not that, Joe Johnson portrays Bob the Plumber.
Yeah.
In WWE, and he can't break kayfabe to whatever. Yeah. He's always going to be Bob the Plumber. They just are their characters, which is, I mean, much more, that harks back to more of the glory days of indie wrestling, in the, back in the indie territory days.
Yeah, I will say this though. I feel like more with Danielson, but certainly Danielson and Punk, and probably I would say Adam Cole. I feel like there is a level of intensity, and obviously all of the guys in AEW are workers, right? But I feel like those three guys coming in has taken it to a whole other level. And I think you're going to see more of these guys grinding and like going.
Definitely. I mean, they're bringing up just the caliber of everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
It just starts to make, instead of the show being, you start to feel, instead of it being defined as undercard, mid card, upper card, it starts to just feel like it's all upper card.
How do you, I
And that's
mean,
just like that's hard to build, and that's what, and I think that's what Tony Khan realizes. He realizes that when WCW and when Nitro and Raw were at their hottest, it felt like every match was main event.
mhm.
Everything, every segment had to be watched. Everything was
Yeah,
so important. It
right.
didn't feel like, oh, this is a junk undercard match. This is a junk mid card match, or whatever else. Everything felt important. Like I
Yeah.
would be glued to my TV. It was so awesome. What was going to happen next? What cool thing are we doing? I mean, clearly, just I love the whole tweet with the guy like, "Wow, isn't that cocky?" And he's like, "Well, I know it's Rampage lined up live on television, and it's straight fire, Chief."
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. In the cojones.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's awesome. And I think that wrestling wins.
Mhm.
Even if WWE crushes them in the ratings on Friday, which is entirely completely likely.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, you're
it doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't.
the national attention and everything like that is, he wins no matter what.
I mean, here's the thing.
Attention on the product.
Yeah, they are supposed to. I mean, you are supposed to crush AEW. You were supposed to have crushed AEW for the past 2 years. The one thing you have not done
your
in those 2
D
years.
Squad show was supposed your
Yeah.
NXT was supposed to crush it.
Yeah, and you haven't done it, so you're not going to do it now. Even with, and I would suspect that the SmackDown show should be a great show. I'm going to record it, and I'll watch it. But my thing is, I would just caution Vince, like, Vince, don't let Fox run your wrestling program. Maybe you shouldn't be running it, Vince, but Fox sure as hell should not be running the show as well. But
speaking of TV, executives just wanting to love their new future champion, Jade Cargill.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And Sky Blue, a squash match.
Yeah.
Your possible new future TBS champion.
That bitch show.
That bitch show. You're gonna be that bitch show network now.
You know what
TBS, that's your new tagline.
So what I like about what they're doing is I really do enjoy how they're developing wrestlers. They've been giving Jade all these opportunities to improve, both in the ring, with her promos, and you can see the development. You could just see it, and she's still a little raw, but man, you can just see it.
Green is still green. Yes, the natural talent is there. The ring charisma is there. It's just timing has got to get better. And, just want her just to be more fluid in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Because just that athleticism and her size and her strength, they're just incredible.
Yeah. I mean, give her I don't think she's been wrestling, Jeff, more than a year. I mean, I think she was a fitness model before she started wrestling. Like, she's new, like you said, very green. Give her a couple of years. And so there's a part of me that's like, man, I love that she's a talent. I don't know if she's ready for a championship yet, but
I mean, looks like they're trying to Goldberger.
They're trying, and I'm like, and that's what I don't want to see. I don't want her to become the female Goldberg, where every time she steps in the ring, she's just destroying. Like, I want to see Thunder Rosa. get some title love. I want to see Statlander get some title love.
Yes, and more yes.
Yeah, your girl, Hater. Haters gonna hate.
Jamie just needs matches on TV. That's period.
Yeah.
And she can show off all her gifts and talents.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's not the only thing. The other thing I like about what Tony Khan is doing, and I'm wondering how much, like, I look at what he's doing, and they own Fulham FC, and they're looking at that, they're obviously as a relegation system, and they're working to get back into Premier League. And so I look at Dark and Elevation as kind of being, not that you're being relegated, not that you're being punished, but like, hey, you kind of you kind of develop your skills.
Well, I mean, it's, I don't know if you can't think you can expect to be on TV
right
away unless you're ready.
But that's what I love. Like, they're saying, hey, you're not ready. Like, you may not be ready yet to be a full-time TV roster, but people are still gonna get to see you. They're gonna see you. I mean, every once in a while, I'll watch Dark or Elevation. I'll jump on YouTube and watch it, and I just love the opportunities. And then obviously the Danielsons, the Punks, who are saying, hey, we're gonna work these guys. We're gonna put these guys on, and hopefully put them over. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, there's just, there's great things happening in AEW.
Yeah.
And clearly, the rocket ship is like taking off right now. We're seeing just awesome things. And I do wish that AEW sometimes I feel like their long game story, sometimes they get lost, and long game story stuff gets forced into a short story.
Yeah.
And short stories get told in long things.
Yeah.
It's Ricky Starks and Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Finally finishing this feud after months and months and months, and Ricky injury and stuff like that. But what is this? This is the best match Brian Cage has had in AEW. Pretty sure.
It seems like he used whatever time he had away from being on TV to his advantage. He looked great.
I feel like it. I mean, he is, I mean, I feel like he's, I don't know, finding his niche of what he's able to do is strange. I mean, I think he needs somebody to still help him through matches.
Yeah.
He still needs, he's not a proven bet that he can carry a match on his own.
Right.
He needs someone to help him through the match, and he's been around too long for that, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of destined to die in the low mid card, I think. I don't see him elevating in any way.
Well, I thought he performed well, and what he needs to do now is continue to perform at that level. And man, I thought he cut a decent promo. Keep that up. I like what I saw from him. But like you said, though, I mean, at a certain point, you're gonna have to stand on your own.
Yeah, there was no way Ricky was losing this match.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
I mean, the whole Twitter, Brian Cage, where's the Philly street fight at, Starkman Jones? Ricky Starks in Philly, you big dumb bitch. So clearly, Ricky was not going to lose this.
No, not at all. No. But fun match.
But so good. I thought it was great. Ricky put in tons of awesome spots.
Sorry for all the drinking here. I had a dry throat, so
me too on Thursdays.
Yeah.
But I don't know, highlights for you from this match. I know I had a few that I just really enjoyed. watching this. That big tornado DDT from
Oh,
Ricky.
yeah.
Once Ricky picked up the pool cue and just went to work and pretty much just messed him up. I mean, this match was pretty much 60% of Ricky just wailing on him.
Yeah.
No, but then it didn't. At the end, it did need help in Jericho. We're talking about putting the hook over.
Yeah, right.
It's like, send Hobbs.
Send Hobbs. Send Hook.
Send Hook.
That was so funny. That was great. I gotta tell you, man, having Taz and Jericho together, they're really good.
Jericho turned it down.
Yeah.
To just Jericho dialed it in really well. The announce team did great.
I mean, yeah, I gotta tell you, man, Jericho's really good at that. I think he's really good behind the mic.
When he can stay calm.
Yes.
Gotta stay calm.
Man, if we could just convince him to stay behind the mic, I think that'd be great.
We don't need you to wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
We really kind of. But yes, guess what? Dynamite Saturday.
Yes.
6-man. 6-man inner circle match. Can't wait.
Man. Getting the band back together.
The band back together. I would love to see Scorpio Sky or Ethan Page take that TNT belt. But then again, that would mean Dan Lambert. I don't want Dan Lambert associated with that belt.
That'd
be terrible.
Yeah, this is our regular segment where we lament Dan Lambert and how much
why he's even in AEW,
right, or anywhere. I'm hoping that they turn heel on him and just beat the crap out of him and show him the door. If Masvidal could just give him a knee to the face, that'd be great. And just take him out.
I don't think that's happening, unfortunately.
But Rampage, a lot of fun.
I gotta give it an A.
Oh yeah, I hadn't had that much fun watching Rampage in a while, but I feel like they're going to hit their stride. I mean, we've got Full Gear coming up in a month. And so I think we're going to see
title eliminator tournament. Of course, dodging Orange Cassidy is #1 contender yet again.
I can't wait for the show.
Keep OC at that #1 spot, TK. I see what you're doing.
When we have the opportunity to actually have that Omega Orange Cassidy match for the belt. For the title.
Belt, yeah, I love it. I mean, let's just do it on TV. One of these big specials, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't even need to be the main event. Whatever. Good show match right there in the middle. Have everybody a good laugh.
Speaking of show, since SmackDown is, they've got a 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock Eastern start, or not start, but they're going to be running over to 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. How does Rampage, if you're Tony, what are you leading off with on Friday?
Bryan Danielson.
You have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear Daniel Bryan's music.
Yeah.
First thing.
Who's he in the ring with? I haven't looked at the card.
Bobby Fish.
Rampage. Oh, that's right.
Japan.
Bobby Fish, man. I'm looking forward to a really strong match. I mean, he looked good in his first match in AEW. I think Danielson and Fish will be a nice, a
great technical wrestling exhibition. I think will be given to us.
Well, I mean, and if you're just from the pure business side of it, if you're Tony, and if you're truly wanting to take your trolling beyond Twitter to the ring, you're saying,
where do you put the Lucha Bros out first?
Ooh. Ooh.
Show them what the real number one tag team in the world looks like.
Who would you? Who are they going? Who are? I mean,
it's Andrade in a masked
in the
person,
mask.
right?
I mean, you've got an. All right, so that's the thing. We've got an hour to. I don't know. I think you go with Danielson.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think hitting his music first,
Yeah.
fired up out the gate.
Yeah. I mean, here's and whatever Tony decides to do, I think victory looks like. So if you start, you could start with the Lucha Brothers, and then you come after, you follow the Lucha Brothers up with with Danielson. But I'm going to be looking for the rating for AEW at the 9:30 Central / 10:30 Eastern part of the show. If we see an uptick at that period of time, that tells me that you got the WWE fan who's like, oh yeah, I want to see what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the telltale sign for Fox, because if those numbers are big enough, then they're going to start telling Vince, we need a third hour on SmackDown.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, they're
another hour of WWE program.
Yeah. I mean, I just look, I mean, I'm just thinking that Fox is not there. They know that people are going to turn the channel to something. They don't want them turning the channel.
No, they don't.
To TNT.
They do not want them turning the channel. And here's the thing: we all know that I think the Friday night Rampage time slot 9:00 is temporary. I think we've always known that. I don't think that it's ever been a permanent thing. It will move somewhere else. It'll go to TBS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it'll be on maybe a completely different night. But
it could be a completely different night. Who knows? It could end up on, I don't know, say Mondays.
Monday at 7:00.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if WWE seriously wants to try to program another hour of TV, I mean, I feel like they're already grasping at straws as it is to make things interesting. Whereas AEW literally has a giant bucket of things to pull out of to do interesting things, compelling things that will make interesting matches and interesting wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know.
We wrestling fans like, right?
We'll just see what the numbers tell us.
I like a little bit I want some drama too, but I want to see some really good wrestling.
Yeah. We'll see what the numbers tell us. It's weird that I'm as excited for the numbers as I am for the great show that I'm sure we're going to get.
Oh man, can't wait. We are now under a month until our epic the Missouri swing of AEW for our live performances. I can't wait for the live in person with these shows. So stoked.
Well, and I hope people realize how big of a wrestling town Kansas City is.
I hope so. I hope we come out and really.
We
really come out and really get a hot crowd. Jacked up. I want everybody on their feet. The whole 2 hours. That would be amazing.
I mean, we were a hub. I mean, it's just dating myself. The old NWA. I mean, Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, me too.
This region, Central States region, we were key to that deal, and I mean, we're big time. Oh yeah.
Harley, man.
I'm such a mark for Harley.
Grandma loved him.
That guy.
Grandma loved him.
Yeah.
She didn't love him when he she felt the need to maybe say a little prayer when he hit people with chairs, but She loved him.
You gotta love the audacity of anyone that not good looking to call himself handsome Harley Race. I mean,
Maybe you're into the Bulldog. I think Kenny is rocking the Bulldog. That's straight Harley Race homage right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
He's rocking that Bulldog beard,
man,
for Harley.
I mean, I feel like Kenny Omega is part Harley Race, part Bret Hart. I mean, he's just
part Ric Flair, part.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got so much upside. I mean, he's literally Shawn Michaels, Hitman, Ric Flair, Gorgeous George. All these kind of just classic legends, and throw them into one guy.
Yeah.
That's Kenny Omega.
Apparently, Kenny Omega's got his own pre-workout powder. I think called the V Trigger. He had a post of it on Twitter. I'm like, man, it's at the vitamin shop, so I'm gonna run up to the vitamin shop and find his.
Make that money, Kenny. If it's awesome, why don't you buy me some? I'll try it. Yeah. See if we can get Kenny to be a sponsor for the show.
Yeah,
that'd be Kenny. If you're watching,
yeah,
please like and subscribe, Kenny. Everybody out there, please like and subscribe. Leave us some comments.
Yeah,
I know we're probably not the best at this, but leave us some comments. Tell us how we're doing. Please subscribe. Get those notifications. We appreciate you guys so 100%. Much for watching.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a great week of wrestling, and
yeah, man. Big things are happening.
Oh yeah,
on the Connecticut show and the Jacksonville show. They're both good.
They're both going to be great.
Big things happening.
Yeah, and I don't know where Raw is going to be. Don't know where SmackDown's going to be. I almost said I don't really care, but I do. I want to, if you love WWE, watch those shows. But definitely, if you're not watching AEW, you're not watching wrestling.
Watch the show. It's the best.
Yeah.
Gotta watch it. I mean, it's too many amazing things are happening right now on the AEW.
This is kind of, I feel like AEW is kind of like, Bitcoin in 2012, right? You just like get in, just get on now. Just go all in.
Somebody couldn't have told me in 2012, hey, throw a couple grand at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Right.
Throw a couple grand at Bitcoin, bud.
Yeah. That's what AEW is going to be.
Did. Oh my god. Oh, retirement would have been so great, Jerry.
It would have been great.
But no, this is going to be it. This is going to be it, man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all, everybody. And
thanks, everybody.
We'll catch you on the flip side on the next episode of Mark for Life. Peace.
Out.